friends! So welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Drew here. Today I wanted to do a video that's been so highly requested for you guys, and I've actually kind of seen it trending on YouTube in general. I feel like a lot of people are doing these videos right now, but I wanted to do my own with my own spin on the topic. But essentially this video is going to be on how to look expensive on a budget, which I think is everyone's goal in life. I think this is great for kids that are in school, people in college, people just starting out with a job, a new career, something like that. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do videos every Thursday and Sunday. And you can also click the little bell notification next to the subscribe button. You can follow me on all my social medias. It's Imdrewscott on everything. And let's just roll into these tips. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm also using a new microphone. I've never really used a microphone before with my new camera, mainly because I didn't really know how to use it, but I kind of figured it out. So let me know if you guys think the audio sounds good. First thing I want to talk about is a website/app that has saved my life and saved me so much money, and that I've actually talked about on my channel before. This video is in partnership with ShopTagger. It's actually a program I highly stand by. So essentially what it is it's a website. You go onto shoptagger.com, you can create your account. I'll make sure to also link it below so you guys can take a look. Anytime you're shopping and you click on an item, you can actually add it to your ShopTagger account. So in your little browser, you click on the ShopTagger icon at the top. Once you click on that icon, it actually lets you determine what item you're looking for. So we'll show the item, but you can determine it by size, color, shape, and you can save it to your ShopTagger account. And then once you have it in your ShopTagger account, it'll actually notify you when the item goes on sale, guys. Like, it'll literally notify you via push notification if you have the app, or by email. So you add all your items to your ShopTagger. Anything you come across that may be a little bit too expensive or you don't want to pay that much, click of a button, you have it saved, and it will notify you if it goes on 20% discount, 79% discount. It'll just notify you, and I think it's so helpful because you could save so much money. You don't even have to use this on like designer sites either. If you're just shopping around on maybe like a home decor site, or if you're shopping around on like a simple, more inexpensive fast fashion site like H&M or Forever 21, you can also use it to save a little bit more money. In my last video, I actually shared a pair of Saint Laurent boots that I got for 60% off. I saved $600 on that pair of boots, and I'm proud to say that I wear them quite often. So my next tip for looking expensive on a budget is steaming your clothing. So a lot of times when you're pretty busy in the morning, or you're just running out of the door, a lot of people just throw on a shirt even though it might have a couple wrinkles in it, or they throw on a pair of trousers that has like a crease in it or something. But I think like this, even if your items are super expensive, if they are wrinkled or they are creased or they have any sort of like imperfection to them, I think you can definitely bring down the overall expensive look of an outfit. So I highly suggest you guys to steam your pieces, even honestly if they don't need that much steaming. Like, just give it that last little finalized touch of steaming just to make sure that all of the seams are laying flat and it just looks a lot more expensive and high quality. I personally use this steamer, and I'm gonna put it on the screen for you guys because it's one of the best investments in the world. It's the Steamer Go Mini. I got it at Bed Bath & Beyond, and it's amazing. It's so small. You can pour a little bit of water in here. It heats up in 10 seconds, I swear to you, and you are just steaming right away, and it's so speedy and quick. So I love the steamer for that reason. Third tip is investing in basics. And what I mean by this is I personally love wearing a lot of basic pieces. I would consider this white hoodie a basic. When it comes to like really basic pieces, I would consider jeans, t-shirts, button downs, things that you can wear a lot of, to be things that you should invest in more. And what I mean by this is not spending a ton of money, not spending $500 on a t-shirt, but maybe instead of shopping for tees at H&M or Forever 21, go to places like Rag & Bone, All Saints, Vince. You can buy shirts there for anywhere between like $30 and $60, which might be a little bit expensive, but they are going to look so much more top-notch and high quality than a Forever 21 or an H&M t-shirt that costed you between $10 and $20. If you just double that, buy 2 shirts for the price of 1 at a more luxurious store. Most of the time, these stores charge a little bit more because the quality is a bit more top-notch. So the seaming on the shirt's nicer, the fabric's nicer. That's a lot of things you need to keep in mind too when you're shopping for pieces, is looking at the fabric make, because sometimes shirts have a lot of different mixes in them when you shop more lower end, and that can definitely cause them to warp or shrink or just like get messed up in the washing machine. So a lot of times a store like Rag & Bone or Vince or another store like that will have 100% cotton or 100% polyester or something like that t-shirt that's just going to look and feel a lot nicer on the body. Next thing is something while you're shopping, and just make sure to look at the make of the garment. So what I mean by this is basically the fabric makeup of the piece. So check the tag on the inside, typically it's on the inside seam, and check what it's made of. A lot of times pieces have lots of mixes of random stuff that you don't even know what is, but I highly suggest like Googling them or something, because a lot of these fabrics can actually sort of really affect how you wash your garment. And I also suggest looking at a lot of the washing instructions on your pieces. So for example, pieces that are made with a lot of acrylic typically will pill a lot more. So that's when you get fabric that kind of is rubbing off and it looks like little balls on your shirt, like little balls of texture on your shirt, which I don't think is a very appealing or expensive look. So pieces, I try to stick and stray from a lot of pieces that have acrylic in them, and most of the time, cheaper pieces do have more acrylic in them because it's a very cheap fiber. Another thing is that pieces that have more wool in them kind of need to be washed differently, because fabrics that have a lot of wool in them, you're not really supposed to wash wool, because when wool gets wet, it gets really clumpy and gross. So essentially, pieces with more wool in them, I kind of also try to stray from, unless it's like a wool sweater or something that I know I'm not gonna be washing a lot of. Next, we are moving into washing and drying your clothes. So I know maybe this doesn't have a huge impact on you, or you've never really thought about it, but really washing and drying can really make or break your wardrobe. When I was in high school, my clothes would just be, my mom just kind of washed everything together, all of our clothes. Whites were mixed with colors, everything was kind of thrown together. Jeans were in with white t-shirts, blah, 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 blah. But I highly suggest that you guys start thinking a little bit more about how you're washing your clothing. And I still do mix a lot of colors and whites. I don't really mind that much. I'm not too OCD about that, but I do make sure when I wash my clothing that I use a specific setting. So I always wash my clothes on cold. So I'll always wash them in cold, because washing your clothing in hot water is gonna make, first of all, the color fade a little bit more. And second of all, it's really gonna shrink your pieces, because especially natural fibers like cotton or linen, those are gonna shrink a lot more when they're washed in hot. So I always wash everything in cold, and I always hang dry. Basically, have your washer wash your clothing in cold, wring out all the water, and hang dry. Always hang dry everything, and I have done so for the past 2 years, because I think that it keeps the piece intact. It makes it a lot nicer looking. It also keeps it from wrinkling, I personally feel like, because I always dry my clothing and then forget about it, and when I come back to it, it's all compressed into a ball because I just forgot about it and left it in the dryer. Plus, drying does shrink your clothes a lot, so I like to hang dry everything. My sixth tip is to accessorize. So adding simple pieces to basic outfits, such as a couple of rings, a bracelet, a necklace, earrings, anything like that, is going to amplify your look and just make it look a little bit more expensive. And I think investing in classic sort of pieces also is really nice. So there's some bracelets I used to wear there from the brand called Sai, and I think that just throwing that on elevates your look immediately. Also throwing on a watch, such as like a watch from Daniel Wellington or another brand, Nixon, anything like that, that has a little bit more of that classy effect to it, also of course elevates, makes your outfit look a little bit more expensive. And last tip, tip number 7, is to use simple style tips to make your clothing look a little bit more tailored or a little bit more fitted. So I actually, a while back, which I'll link below, did a video on 5 ways to cuff your jeans or 5 ways to cuff your trousers. So I'll link that video on the screen for you guys, because this is gonna give you a lot of versatility in wearing jeans. And I used to wear kind of more wide leg mom, dad style jeans, but I would cuff them in a specific way, which is kind of like a tuck in cuffed, that make them look like skinny jeans and a little bit more form fitting, which of course is going to increase that element of expensive because they look a little bit more tailored. So there's lots of different tips you can do. You can also cuff the sleeves on your t-shirts, which I think gives it that more tailored and thought about look, and also just rolling up the sleeves on pieces like button downs does the same element. So using simple style tips, tucking in your shirt, adding a belt, makes your look overall a bit more expensive looking. So guys, that was my video on how to look a little bit more expensive on a budget. I think it kind of takes time and just a lot of inspiration. I love checking Pinterest and stuff for outfit ideas, and you're going to sort of pick it up over time what is going to make your wardrobe or your style look more expensive. I personally wear a lot of monochrome colors, which I think sort of elevates that look too. I wear a lot of black, white, and then neutral tones, which I think automatically black, white, and neutral tones are classified as a bit more of an expensive look. Also, don't forget to check out Shoptagger's website. It's really an amazing one, so I will link it in the description box below. And I think that's about all for today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!